Host of Perino and Steyerwalt, I'll tell you what, and Howie Kurtz, who's host of Media Buzz on Fox News. Great to see you both. What'd you think?
Well, Donald Trump, it's funny. If you imagine that the sex tape thing hadn't happened, or the hot mic thing hadn't happened, we would be telling a whole different story about Donald Trump today. We'd be saying he was more disciplined, he was better prepared, da-da-da-da-da, the comeback for Donald Trump. But because he failed to move the inventory on that, because he batted it away as opposed to showing a contrite heart, and because he brought the people in who were Bill Clinton's accusers and made that the headlines tomorrow, and the story coming out of this is going to be all about that. It's going to be all about that stuff, and it's going to overshadow his improved performance.
Howie, the moderators took a beating in some circles tonight. What did you think of how they did?
I thought they were more aggressive with Donald Trump than with Hillary Clinton, particularly when Martha Raddatz started debating Donald Trump about Syria policy. She is an expert on that. Look, I thought Donald Trump got off to a rocky start before the debate with this sort of strange press conference with Paula Jones and other Bill Clinton accusers. I thought he had some tough moments in that searingly personal first half hour when he strangely pivoted from just locker room talk to beheading of ISIS, and then said, by the way, Hillary should be in jail.
Like, I'm going to be strong. He's maintained this all the time, that his attacks on people prove how strong he is.
Right, but after that, Megyn, he seemed to find his rhythm. Hillary was a little bit more on the defensive as the conversation turned more to her record, and by the end of it, I think he battled back to a draw. When you consider the sheer media hell that Donald Trump has been through in the last 48 hours, that has to be considered at least a moral victory.
You know, I don't know if he considers it hell. He had a quote over the weekend to the Washington Post saying, you know what, it's called life. You know,
right.
Things happen. It's called life, which is actually kind of a nice 30,000-foot perspective from somebody who's under fire, handling it pretty gracefully under the circumstances. But obviously that ignores the content of what we saw and how repulsive so many Americans found it. And you tell me, Steyerwalt, whether anybody is going to get past that first 30 minutes in the rundown tomorrow.
So this was a debate for his base. He turned in the performance that his base would have wanted. He attacked on the sex stuff as opposed to showing contrition. He focused on issues that they were into. But I want to tell you that right near where we are here in suburban St. Louis, the voters who he needs are right here. There's suburban white people with college degrees who have been reticent to support Trump. He didn't give them anything tonight. He gave his base a nice, happy feeling. If you like Donald Trump, this was a primary debate performance, not so much a general election
and
debate performance.
And to that point, here's just a little bit of the anger that we captured on tape tonight. Watch.
It's just not true, and so please
you didn't delete them?
Allow her to respond, please.
Personal emails, not official.
33,000?
Not well. We turned over 35,000. So
oh yeah.
It was,
what about the other 15,000?
Please allow her to respond. She didn't talk while you talked.
Yes, that's true. I didn't.
Because you have nothing to say.
Okay, Donald, I know you're into big diversion tonight, anything to avoid talking about your campaign and the way it's exploding and the way Republicans are leaving you. But let's at
see what
least
happens.
focus
Allow her to
on some of the
Let's see what happens. I'd like to know, Anderson, why aren't you bringing up the emails? I'd like to know. Why aren't you
getting
brought
up
to the bottom? No, it hasn't. It hasn't. And it hasn't been finished at all.
Ken Karpowitz has a question.
It's nice to 1-on-3.
Howie, what'd you make of that?
It was Trump attacking Hillary, deflecting Hillary, going back at him, and expanding the, oh, you don't only respect women, you've been attacking blacks and Latinos and Muslims and the disabled, all of which pleases her base. I agree with Chris. I don't know that Donald Trump brought a lot of new voters into the tent, but he was much more aggressive. And here's the thing. Many top Republicans have been bailing on this guy. He needed to convey a sense that he's stabilizing his campaign. He might have done that since he did gain strength in the last hour. Depends how many people stayed up for the whole thing, Megyn.
Right. Yeah, he's got to do addition. That's all about addition, as Stuart Stevens keeps saying. Guys, great to see you both.